The first station, Jesus is condemned to die. Jesus, I'm often fearful of things that I know will cause me pain. Even when there are things that I know I must do. I'm sure that at times you were scared and didn't want to go through with it, but you did. You had the courage to embrace your death because through it you knew you would gain eternal life for all of us. Give me the same courage that you had so I can embrace the trials and the hard times in my life, because through them I know I'll find new life. The second station, Jesus accepts his cross. What are some of the crosses in my life? Do I ask God to help me with my struggles, or do I just complain about my problems to him? Jesus, you're the best role model anybody could ever have. Help me to pick up my cross and carry it like you carried your cross. Because I know, Lord, that nothing is going to happen that you and I cannot handle together. The third station, Jesus falls the first time. What do I do when I fall? Do I ask for strength to get up, or am I too busy trying to find someone to blame? Lord, when I fall, give me the encouragement to get up. I know that if I get up, I might fall back down again, but let me get up anyways. Let me look at the times when I fall as stepping stones in my journey, rather than stumbling blocks. The fourth station, Jesus meets his mother. It's often harder to watch those we love experience pain than it is to bear our own. I often forget about the pain that I can bring to those who love me. Jesus, it must have been awful to look into your mother's eyes at such a terrible time. Although loving someone so deeply can also be quite painful, help me not to be afraid to love, because to fear love is to fear life. The fifth station, Simon helps Jesus carry his cross. Jesus, you accepted help when things were tough. How willing am I to let others help me? Do I see needing help as a sign of weakness? I cannot go through life alone. I have to let other people help me along the way, even from people who I don't know very well. Let me be strong in my weakness by trusting the hand that reaches out to me. The sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. Taking a risk to see the face of God? Wow. How willing am I to be Veronica for those who are struggling? Jesus, help me to be willing to take the risk of helping someone who needs it. When I see someone struggling, give me the courage to help them in any way I can, especially when I am reluctant and do not want to help, because I know God. For what I do to the least of my brothers, I do to you. The seventh station, Jesus falls the second time. How many times have I struggled and fallen time after time, even when others were helping me? What am I struggling with that wears me out or hurts me and makes me want to give up? Jesus, sometimes the struggles in my life are overwhelming and all my efforts seem to fail. I had hoped that following you would make my path easier, but I can see now that it was not easy for you either. Jesus, when I get tired or disgusted and I fall, please catch me and remind me that you climbed back on your feet and kept going. The eighth station, Jesus meets the woman of Jerusalem. When things are tough, sometimes all I think about is myself. I can be irritated by everyone around me, and I just want to scream. But even in your pain, you put aside your feelings and choose to love others. Help me to do the same when things are rough. It's so easy for me to feel sorry for myself. Help me to not so much seek to be consoled, but to console. The ninth station. Jesus falls the third time. Jesus, there are things in my life that cause me to fall again and again, and sometimes I don't even want to get up anymore. The burdens that I carry have become too much for me. Please, Lord, when I get to these points, be my strength. Help me up on my feet so I can keep going. Jesus, when I'm down to my last breath, please be with me. The 10th station. Jesus is stripped. Embarrassment added to the pain. How do I react when others disrespect me? How many times have I been abused? Handling tough times is hard enough, but to have someone disrespect me on top of it, that is too much. Lord, even when they stripped you of your dignity, they couldn't take away the one thing that keeps you going, your love for us. The 11th station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. Forgive them? How could you say that? They have just put nails through your hands and feet. Lord, do I forgive those who hurt me? Or what about the hurt I caused to others? Jesus, I'm amazed at how you always forgive people no matter how much they injure you. Is my soul worth all the pain you went through? Help me be a living example of your forgiving love by having the willingness to forgive those who hurt me. The 12th station. Jesus dies on the cross. Sometimes there are periods in my life when I feel like God has abandoned me. And it's at these times where I'm at my ultimate low and feel so alone. Even you, Jesus, felt the same loneliness when you ask, "Why hast thou forsaken me?" But you stuck with it till the bitter end. You went through pain and suffering beyond what I can imagine, and you never gave up. Thank you for giving your all for me, for all of us. When I'm in pain and feel so alone, you will be my example, and you will help me make it through. The 13th station. Jesus is taken down from the cross. Now your limp, broken body is taken down from the cross and laid in your mother's arms. Her heart must have been so broken, I can almost hear them sobbing as they held you. How do I deal with the deaths in my life? Do I finish grieving after these losses? Whether the death was a family member leaving home, or when someone I knew died. Sometimes it seems I'll never get over these hardships. Jesus, help me to grieve when these things occur. Help me to learn to deal with these partings that come in an honest and healthy way. When I experience the death of something, help me to understand the sadness or anger and disbelief, like those who loved you must have felt when they held you that final time. The 14th station. Jesus is laid in the tomb. I can only imagine what it must have been like as they laid you in the tomb. I wonder what the disciples were thinking as they walked away from the tomb. Maybe there was silence. I'd bet there was crying, and probably arms around each other after they said goodbye and left you there. Think of the loneliness, the emptiness, and the hopelessness that there was. Jesus, even when I'm in the midst of my pain and loss, let me never lose sight of hope. when it seems there's nothing else left to hang on to, let me cling to the hope and acknowledge that in everything I do, you will always be with me. The 15th station, Jesus rises from the dead. We're so attracted to the cross because we live through our own suffering and can relate to the hurt and pain of Jesus. It's so strange though, because Jesus was only on the cross for 3 hours, but many of us have left him there for most of our lives. We know him so well on Friday, but then we lose him on Sunday. We stay Friday believers because we haven't learned or chosen to move beyond our suffering, our fear, our pain. We're puzzled by Jesus' Sunday invitation to rise, to live, to heal, and to enter into a new life. The good news is not that we've suffered in sin. The good news is we are forgiven, restored, and alive again. This time, follow Jesus all the way to Sunday, so we can realize through Jesus' death, we have new life.